Okay, this is Mike Grande here, and I'm here to show you basically how to run a 10-second video ad campaign. I mentioned this on a podcast that I was recently on. I'm here to help you get through this. I think this is extremely effective in terms of branding. You get 10-second views at pennies on the dollar. Literally, it's like 1 or 2 cents. And it really puts you in front of a ton of people, a big audience, and for very, very little money. The first and foremost, this is my School of Rock page, Staten Island School of Rock page. But what you want to do is you want to go to your Facebook Ads Manager. So I'm going to show you, if you go to your Facebook Ads Manager here, it takes you to the page where you actually create the video views and ad manager. A couple of little things before we get to this is what I like to do is post everything on Instagram, which is where all my teachers post every single day. And then what I do is I take that, and it becomes almost like a portfolio or a repository, a library, so to speak, of all of these different ads that came out, or I shouldn't say ads, but posts that came out on Instagram, and I get to pick and choose which ones I like. So what I do is then go to my Instagram account, and I select one. I've selected here as Anthony. I take the link here, and then I go to Downloadagram. And Downloadagram is a free tool where you can download everything on anybody's Instagram page. So if someone's got a great generic post, you want to use it, whether it's, your competitor or something, as long as it's generic and it's not owned by them, you can download it right here. You download the video. And then once you do that, I like to take the actual name of the video, I'll copy that, and I'll make that the name of the actual video. But ultimately, Downloadagram will copy every single link that you see on anybody's Instagram. So you prefer to go to your own Instagram account, download a really good video, and then once that's downloaded, you go to your Ads Manager. So the idea here is to create an engagement to get video views. I'm heavy on the branding, less on the click here to buy, click here to sign up. It's there, but it's not really there. Super important point, sometimes when you have accounts, you have your personal account, which tied to your Facebook manager account, which is an ads account. So usually to have an ads account or a business account, you need to have a personal account. So just make sure the drop down here shows your actual business account. In this case happens to be Rockoutloud. If you don't go there, it's not going to pull up any of your targeting audiences that you've created in business accounts. So then what I'm going to do is go to consideration, and I'm going to select video views. Once I get to video views, it's going to ask me here to name this campaign. I can call this video views, but I'm going to change this because I'm going to do a video on Anthony. I'm going to call it Anthony Campaign. And if I only know how to spell campaign, I'm going to go next. And then what I'm going to do is it brings me here to my ad set. So I'm going to name this Anthony on Drums. So I can get a couple of videos here under the same campaign, but I'm going to just use one, and I'm going to call that the Anthony on Drums. And then here, it's going to ask me to create a new audience or use a saved audience. Now, I know based on my time working with Matt Ramerick, who's been great, by the way, I use lots of those video campaign targets that we've created together. So if you drop down here, you're going to just see a few of the most common that I've used. And grab some mine. And this is one that's been pretty effective. Men and women, 22 and 45, I've noticed lots of times that the majority of the people that see these campaigns are between the ages of 22 and 45. They have children the ages of 3 to 18, and these are all the zip codes, area codes, etc. So I'm going to select this one. It's going to bring that audience here. You'll see parents with preschoolers, parents with early school age, etc., etc. That's super important to see. And let me just point this out. The audience size here, Facebook always encourages you to get that at 12 o'clock. If it's too broad, you get too broad of an audience, you're not really being specific to a target, and too low, you're going to be spending money and generally have not many results from that. So once that's all done, which is great, you're going to always let, for the placements, automatic placements, Facebook is probably a lot better than I am. I should say is a lot better, not probably, a lot better than I am for placements. Let them use their placements based on their algorithms. It's probably better off anyway, so leave that there. Important part here is the daily budget. I don't like using daily budget simply because Monday through Thursdays are my big ad days, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is less. I get significantly a lot less traffic on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, so why spend money on targets and ads that are probably not going to turn over so well? And my branding, in my opinion, only focuses on the Monday through Thursday crowd. The only way to change that is if you drop down and you choose lifetime budgets. And don't be fooled by this. Facebook says, hey, it's $500. Doesn't have to be. You can change it to $50. And what I'll do is for this particular campaign or branding ad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, not today, which is Sunday, but the 24th, and I realize it's Christmas Eve, and I'll do that, and I'll make that at 12 o'clock, and I'll make it 12 p.m., and then I'm going to make this go to Friday, and I will probably take, let's say it's 12:01 a.m., because 12:01 a.m. is basically the last time people are going to see my ads, because nobody really sees it on Friday. So now I have a full 5-day, or I should say 4-day campaign, $50, about $10 a day, and it says your ad will run until Thursday the 27th. Here is a great key part here is when you have optimizations. I'm selecting the 10-second video view because I'm really into branding, and branding is key in my honest opinion. I mean, I could try to sell people, but when people get engaged based on a 10-second video and there's no selling in the background, there's no click here every 10 seconds or 3 seconds, people really get attached to these videos because they really want to see if this kid's playing, or wow, how could a kid that small do so well? So I found that the 10-second video views, which are 1 to 2 cents a view, and if I can get as many as I can, to me that's a great way to brand. So I'm going to select that as far as the branding goes, and then because I selected the schedule, I get these options here, which 10-second video view is how I like to be charged. So every time someone sees the view, then they charge. If it's an impression, which it just shows up in their feed, you're going to get charged. So be sure that you select the 10-second video view, and this only appears if you go from a daily budget to a scheduled. So key is hit schedule, because this will not show up if you just run a daily budget. So now when you do that, look what appears. You have all of these boxes. So I know for sure, so between say 6 a.m. till let's say Thursday, and then we can go until, I would say we even go as far as 12, so that goes I'd say goes to 11. Let's just select this and we'll do Friday morning. So this really covers my entire campaign. No one's really watching up until 5 or 6 in the morning. Kids are getting ready for school. That's when they look at their phones. So this Monday through Thursday or Friday night campaign works really well for me. And this is super important, because why would you spend money? This is all dead to me. I don't have any real campaign views and targets in this area. So Facebook makes it so you can do it this way. Again, only if you do a schedule. Super important, lifetime budget. Make sure you choose that, but make sure you choose it not at 500. Choose something that you could afford. Then what you do is you go to continue. Once you do that, you're going to create an ad. So make sure you select your proper Instagram page, which is Facebook Instagram page, so it's put in the right place. I run a ton of Instagram pages, but I'm going to select my School of Rock. It should say Staten Island School of Rock. I'm going to select a single video. So my single video is the video that I have of Anthony. So if you scroll down, what I'm going to do is upload that video right now. See these video recommendations? Super important, and I'm going to show you why. And I spoke about this on a podcast. Up to 15 seconds is going to get you on the majority of formats: Instagram feeds, Facebook feeds, news feeds, etc. If it's longer than 15 seconds, it's going to start cutting you out. But the 15 seconds is capacity. Sometimes people go up to 15 seconds, and because it goes up to 15 seconds, it knocks you out a couple of them. So what I do is I choose about 14 seconds. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my campaign of Anthony, and here's Anthony. I'm going to open up that video, and this is the 15-second video of Anthony that I recorded earlier. And actually, I don't even know. I should double check if that's it. So let me, just to be on the safe side, because I created a video. Let's go back here. Let me cancel that. I'm going to add this video. So I have my Facebook ads campaign. So if you look at all of these, so just to give you an idea, look at all of the videos I do every single Sunday, over and over. And all these are backed up to the cloud. So this is a great repository for all the times that I'm going to ever need to go back and rehash any of these. So this is the 15-second clip. You can see right here, length says 14 seconds, which is perfect. And I'm going to upload that, and it's going to go, and it's going to start processing as a 15-second clip. But again, 14 seconds is the key. Once this is done, it's going to populate and show up, and then Facebook is kind enough to give you all of these great little placements, and you're going to see. And this is what I'm referring to as the 1 to 17. That's if your video is good enough, if it's the right format, all that other good stuff. It's going to populate for almost all of the 17 options and feeds that Facebook has. So once this comes back up, it should be popping up soon. It's going to render, and then it's going to put Anthony jamming to his Nirvana there. So what I like to do here is, there it is. What I like to do is start adding the text that you're going to put here, creating leaders through music, one lesson at a time. I love that statement. I could even do, you could do whatever you want. You don't have to really do what I say. I mean, that's my kind of branding. You can brand it any way you like. Always choose your Facebook pixel. Why do you do that? Is because you can at least at that point, and if you notice I have a couple, I have one for Rockoutloud, Rockstars Rising, and the School of Rock. That actually tracks all the information. That's where I've gotten all those demographics and statistics. This is a really important part. Notice how it says customized video. I'm going to see this right here and say aspect ratio 4 to 5. I'm going to make sure that I put that 4 to 5 aspect ratio in because that happens to be the exact ratio of a cell phone or a tablet or an iPad. So when you put it in this way, it gives you more of an opportunity to actually become part of those 17 campaigns. Now, if you don't do that, what happens is it just starts knocking out some of those campaigns. Some campaigns where the video won't fit. Super important that you do that. So now, based on what I was telling you, the 17 campaigns, my ad goes through all these campaigns, instant articles, streaming on mobile, Facebook Instant Stream. Then you have the ad previews for Facebook. So all of these. So you see that? Now I'm able to show all of my videos of Anthony playing in all of my formats. You see that? Instagram stories, you got the Instagram feed, you have audience of network, you have, I mean, it's just so many. You go through all 12, you'll see they're all going to populate. Had you not selected, you see now this one, Connected TV, mine's not set up for Connected TV. So out of all of them, I think there was only one that didn't work out well, and that was the TV version. But if you see, Insta articles, desktop newsfeed, mobile newsfeed, there's going to be Anthony playing those drums. So creating leaders through music, one lesson at a time, which is great. And then you want to select any languages and so on, which you don't have to do. But here is add a website URL. You could do this if you like, and I like to do this. So back to landing pages. This is super duper important. Why is that important? Because your landing page might want to focus on lessons, guitar, bass, drums, voice, whatever your campaign is or brand is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my landing page in here for drum lessons. SI School of Rock.com, and I'm going to do /drums. And just to make sure I got that URL right, the worst thing is to put up a URL and don't check it. Is you copy and you just paste it verbatim. And when they click on that link, voila, it should appear as my drum lesson landing page. So on their tablet, their iPad, their iPhone, their computer, and there it is. Rock and roll drums. So I'm going to put in my website URL. I'm going to add that there. At which point I can put a display in there, display the link if I'd like, but I'm not gonna. I could put a newsfeed description. I'm not gonna do that. You can do that if you like. I like the whole learn more because that connects you to the drum lessons. That's basically it as far as that goes. And if you do this correctly, you're going to see up to 17 different categories of your campaign, which is what we saw here. One, which was the Facebook TV campaign, which is fairly new. Will not show up, but that's fine. I'm not doing Facebook TV. So I'm going to be on 16 different campaigns. I got the Facebook Pixel, and you're going to see, I'm going to hit confirm now, and that's when Facebook basically says we're going to send this preview in, and we'll let you know if we approve it. Facebook usually always approves it unless there's something dumb in there like a pornography or something like that, which you don't want to do. But you'll see. Now, this is a great example of a campaign that I just started this morning. I did a Christmas campaign. My Christmas campaign was awesome because it was for a little boy doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm running it just for today and tomorrow, Christmas Eve. And I've spent $5.71 on 484 impressions, and 78 people watched this video. If you look at that, you got 170 people so far looked at 3 seconds or more. It doesn't have 10 seconds, although it probably should somewhere in here. But that's incredible. So I'm paying 7 cents for all of these, for each video view. That's insane. So that same thing will happen with Anthony, that campaign. You're going to see a tremendous amount of results. I mean, it reached 479 people, the impressions of 484, 170 views already, and I literally started this campaign today, probably 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, so maybe 4 hours. I hope this really helped you. You can always email me at rockoutloud@gmail.com. I love helping people out. I love this stuff because it's so simple and people charge so much money for this, but if you spend a couple minutes on the video, you get a great understanding of how to use it. I hope you learned something. Again, email me, rockoutloud@gmail.com, and good luck with your video campaigns, and I will talk to you soon.